Hello everyone, welcome to the 80s Guy YouTube channel and Night Ride FM audience. This is the interview sessions. I am your host Vosto Vlad. Today I have with me King Steven, a great dark synthwave music producer, and he's often, you can listen to his albums here on the 80s Guy YouTube channel. Welcome to the interview, King Steven.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, King Steven, I guess this has to do a lot with Stephen King, right?
Yeah, actually, that was originally the main idea of the name, but I wasn't sure if go for that one. Yeah, because I knew it was gonna be hard for people to pinpoint the music. It was gonna be hard to break out because of this name. Because if you search still now that name on YouTube, you only get Stephen King videos and stuff. But I don't know. I'm a big fan of his book. I've been reading him from a long time, so I don't know. And he's like a big icon in 80s horror literature, so it was like a obvious idea for me or something. I don't know.
all his books have been turned into movies. So he was definitely a great writer of horror, and you inspire a lot. I mean, he wrote other stuff, not just horror. I don't know if I'm mistaken, but what are your favorite? If you were to have like a top 3 of Stephen King material, what would that be?
Damn, that's quite difficult actually, because one of them is Cujo.
We can make a top 50, but it would take a long time to name off everything.
Yeah, it's way too long. But yeah, I'm sorry. I really like The Outsider, the Dark Tower series, Insomnia. I don't know, it's way too many to to count in a few.
The Shining.
The Shining, of course, definitely. I prefer mostly the old stuff because it's a little bit more. It has more like surreal elements, maybe. It was a different time for horror back then, also in literature as well. So I like most, but I enjoy all his books.
Yeah. Well, was it more? I guess this is a lot about the aesthetics. You kind of, as an artist in Synthwave, we all kind of have our flavors. So, for example, Turbo Night, you imagine something's happening in space, right? Just when you hear the name, so you can just visualize like spaceships, and then when you hear the music, it validates your initial opinion about what you're going to listen to. I think it's the same with your name, right? You'll hear King Steven, and you automatically start to imagine the horror vibe and also a little bit of science fiction vibe, and then that's what you get, right?
Yeah, that's the main idea behind it. Yeah, but it has been evolved a couple of years, the idea, and I think that it shows a little bit on my news stuff. I don't know.
You have quite a few albums released, right? When did you first start making music, or what was your first contact with this dark synth music? And then when was the decision to actually start making something in the genre?
Well, I've been producing music for a long time, almost like 25 years, something like that. But I've mainly focused on soundtracks. I've been working a lot on soundtracks for games and on films and short films over here. I always wanted to try electronic music, but I don't know. Back in the day, it wasn't something that appealed to me. There wasn't a sound that appealed to me. Then I listened for the first time Power Glove and Perturbator, and I think that was my first contact with the genre. Probably like the most of us, I think, But
yeah, I agree. Yeah,
I don't know. I was fascinated by the sound and the idea of putting that style and aesthetic into the music and giving like a little bit more modern touch. So I don't know. I started experimenting with it, and eventually, I don't know. I got here. I put pause on hiatus, better said, my black metal project. I have a black metal project, and
you have an actual band or?
Yeah, nice. It's just myself. I released a few albums on that. They're on Bandcamp as well, but
Instrumental or you also voice? Can you do the heavy growls?
Instrument. No, I can do. I was vocalist on a band years ago, but I mainly focus on instrumental music. And I have actually sidetracking a little bit. I have from that project, I have a new album already done. I just need to record my vocals. I need to make my vocals. It's gonna be the first album with vocals.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that, man.
Yeah, I don't know if to show it because it's very, very different from what I do here on Dark Scene and stuff. But maybe I'll share it someday soon.
Were you always interested in the dark side of the synthwave, or did you also like some of those lighter stuff, Miami influenced vibes?
Well, it started out that way, and I was fascinated by the sound, but as soon as I got into more Perturbator and Captain Brute, of course, and more of Power Glove, mainly. I don't know. I think I started to enjoy more the darker tones, and I've started to think, what if I mix this, what the techniques that I use for black metal and the mixing and the sound design into the electronics. So I started experimenting with that, and little by little, I just fall deeper into the dark side of the synth, I guess.
The dark side of synth. Yeah, there's a bunch of you out there. I suppose you know some other groups who are doing good job, like Fictions, for example. I think you have a similar sound to him, although you are more classical influenced. There's also Cyber Thing from Russia. By the way, where are you from?
Yeah. Oh, well, my main page, it says I'm from Venezuela because I was born there, but I'm residing right now in another place. I don't want to disclose that, but I'm originally from there.
Anonymous.
It's kind of weird, I know.
It's all right. It's all right. I respect that. I feel a lot of people show themselves much too easily on the platforms. You know, they don't care. They just show their whole lives out there on Facebook. Give it all to Mark Zuckerberg. And
yeah, definitely.
It's good to try to stay more private and such. But it's good to hear your origin. It's good to see the diversity of where this music is coming from, because we're all over the world, on all continents. Yeah. There's like a few of us in each place, you know. For example, I'm from Romania. There's like 3 or 4 artists here. I am the pioneer of Synthwave. In Brazil, there's like a bunch of people. There's Misanthropics. You like Misanthropics?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, everyone likes Misanthropics. Then we have Argentina with Donbor and tracks like Masked. Against the Law. Yeah, we got Masked. Yeah. We got all the dark synth here promoted on the 80s Guy, and especially on the dark synth radio that we have now. It's like running 24/7. It has its own audience. Mostly people speaking in Russia, but it's an audience.
Yeah. It's not bad. Yeah. I've been checking it out, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you also DJ or just produce music?
Yeah, I've been... I do a little bit of DJing, but I prefer to actually play live the instruments, because I've been doing more. I like the more band side of things. I think I can touch that a little bit here. That's one of the reasons that I haven't done like a live streaming just yet, because I like the band aspect of things. Have musicians in the stage playing. You know what I mean?
Of course. That's what I like also about Master Boot Record, for example. He plays his songs live on the guitar, and he has a drummer or someone to back, and also some instruments on the computer. But it's good to try to make something live, man. You know, DJing is very easy nowadays. It's just a few. You just need to be able to count to 4 and press a button, and it's synchronized, and that's it. You've got your live show right there, you know. And it works. People can have fun with the music that you play, but it's not what you say to try and perform it live. And if you were to perform it live, what would be your instrument of choice?
Definitely keyboard, yeah. Even though I can play the guitar and drums and stuff, I think the main one would be my keyboard, yeah.
You are a multi-instrumentalist. You can. Is the keyboard your favorite instrument?
Yeah, the piano. I'm mainly like a pianist, keyboardist.
Do you like classical music a lot?
Yeah, a lot.
I noticed you have a lot of classical influence in your music. So where does that come from? What are your favorite classical composers, I can say?
Oh, that's an interesting one. Never been asked that one before.
Or do you just have the vibe of the classical stuff in your head and don't think really about composers and stuff, but kind of just feel where to go with the music, with the classical influence?
Maybe both, yeah. I like the colors and the tones of classical music. I don't know. I feel more drawn to it. There's one of those things that is very easy for me to work with. I like very dramatic music. I like sad music. I like and classical music. It has all those ingredients. I know it's peculiar, I know, but I guess. But I don't know. I really enjoy Mozart and the classical ones, the Beethoven and Dvorak.
Chopin.
And Chopin, of course. Yeah, I am a big fan of the classical piano of Chopin. Rachmaninoff as well.
Are you into Bach at all, or is it too mathematical?
Oh no, I love Bach. Yeah, I listen a lot of classical composers. Yeah, a lot of them.
So all the classical ones, none of the postmodernist ones, I guess.
No, actually I do. Yeah, I like a lot of Bach, Olaf Arnold. Yeah, I listen to a lot of music.
That's really good, man. It shows in your production, you know. Like, for example, we can tell how, for example, Master Boot Record has a lot of Bach influence in his music. It's because it works. It works because his music is like coming from a floppy disk in the computer. So the Bach style is very mathematical, also melodic, but mostly like it's like an AI. It's like that's how it feels to me, at least, you know. Maybe a lot of people will accuse me that I can't appreciate the musicality of it, but it's how I see it. And but for you, I see a lot of fast tempo as well. It's rarely when I hear, because you said you like emotional stuff. Are you able to express all that emotional stuff with the high beat per minute, or do you prefer like a slower tempo for those kind of songs that are more emotional?
That's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting the contrast that you mentioned, because I really do enjoy sad music and classical music and slow music, but the music that I make is really fast. It's very strange.
It's like Cyberpunk. It's like you go with the cyber motorcycle through the city, and you just go really fast and you listen to your music. I
really enjoy when I'm producing the music and writing. I like fast music. I don't know. It's when I start playing on the keyboard, sometimes I can listen in my head like a melody, or when I find a bass pattern or something. I don't know. I like the rhythmic side of things. I think
it's more difficult to create faster songs. As a producer myself, I struggle to make faster songs. I always make slower songs. When I make faster songs, it's like I get really tired of the when you work like on a loop, and then you keep hearing that loop and it goes like very fast. And then to have the ideas, you also need to be able to play fast. But what I've seen, for example, Master Boot Record, when he does, I keep returning to him because I follow him a lot and I know what he does. So on his live streams, when he composes live, he just draws the notes on the AW on his program, on his software. And he draws the notes, and he knows exactly kind of where to put the notes, and then he plays around and he finds the solution. How do you compose your music?
The way that he composes is very methodical, I think. But I think I'm a little bit more instinctual, I guess. I just play, put up the keyboard and the synth on my DAW, and I just play. And then maybe I have an idea. My compositional process it can be different each time, because a song can born from a sound design that I made, or a melody, or mainly a concept or an idea, an image or something.
Yeah, the image, the power of the image. Sometimes I submerge myself into a landscape, a movie that is in my mind, and then I just make the music according to that setting that I imagine, that scene.
Yeah.
For example, I have one where it's called Forgotten Robots, and it's on the side of the mega city. There's like a small camp of forgotten robots, basically. Robots that are obsolete and not needed anymore, but because they have, or in the future, so they have conscience, and they want to live. So they made this like kind of refugee camp outside of the mega city where they live in the scrap metal lands and fix themselves up and live their lives. It's kind of like a sad song, but still with hope, because they still live there and they will continue to do so.
Yes. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I like that. It's very cool.
Do you have any specific images sometimes? Like, do you think of a specific setting, or do you just go with the flow?
It depends. It depends on the project, to be honest, because I can talk a little bit about the albums that I made. For example, the first album of Monsters and All the Horror Stories. The main theme or image that I have there is like it was that of a mad writer, or someone that is writing that has some knowledge. I was loosely inspired as well from Lovecraft, of course, all the madness aspect of it, of the knowledge and the desire to create something. That's the main idea behind that album, for example. That's the main image that I had when I wrote the songs. And for the new one, the new one's a little bit more personal, because it have a concept, it has a story, but it's not, as the previous one, it's not explained to the public. But the main idea is the paradox of horrors and the desire of creation, the difficult to move. I don't know. It's a little bit high concept. Yeah, I know, but
it's fine. It's fine. We have deep thinkers here on this guy and Nitride FM.
The thing is, I like to explain myself, but I don't know. I don't want to sound too pretentious or anything.
Yes, you are a pretentious composer from the lands of aristocrats.
No, it's just I like I like to think concept and images. Right now, I have this idea of cosmic. Um, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I have this concept of uh, cosmic and dreams, very inspired by Lovecraft. But I don't know. It's
all right.
I never had to explain it before.
Cosmic dreams. All right. Well, that's cool. What about these song titles, man? Are you a fan of Latin, or a lot of these song titles are written in caps lock and Latin stuff? So where does that come from?
That's interesting because I wanted to. One of the main ideas when I started writing this album was I wanted to create this as this I don't know, visual aesthetic with the names as well. But that's one of the main things. One of the first things that come up to me. It has every song finish in this like Prometheanica type of stuff with the finish with Nocturna, Prometheanica, finish with an A. But the concept behind them is like it's making a statement.
You got something with the letter A? Is the letter A God? What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I like the idea of chapters, of ideologies, of process of thinking and evolution. Because one of the things that I wanted to achieve with this album is I wanted to create this darker sound and mixing it with the more orchestral elements, make the orchestra more present in the music. But every track with Nocturna, Prometheanica, Philosophica, every track has its own story. Because, like for example, Promethean is, and the basic concept is like someone that wants to break the shackles, that wants to be free or something, in some on those lines. So each song with the with the title written this way is like a statement for those steps in search for my musical evolution, for so to speak. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I'm explaining.
Yes, you try to find.
I'm rambling too much.
Try to find yourself and stuff like that. Yeah.
Because it's very different from the previous one with just mainly classical horror. I wanted to make something a little bit more abroad in terms of themes and sound. I wanted to experiment more with sounds in this one.
Is this new one uploaded on the 80s Guy, or?
Yes, it is already that. Yeah.
All right, that's cool. Because I know I've heard of monsters and other horror stories for sure. 80s Guy is really good at finding interesting people to post like full albums. Like when he posts full albums, you know that he found something. Like he scavenged the wastelands to find something that's worth showing. You know.
Yeah, of course.
What are your favorite retro channels? Do you follow any retro channel, or do you just make your own retro music and then try to promote it on the retro channels? That's what we mostly do anyway.
Yeah, I think well, I in the beginning when I started to listen to this music, I started listening. The first channel that I found was the 80s Guy actually, and I have I listened to Synthhaven and new Retrowave, of course. That's one of the main ones that I found. But yeah, the main one that I've listened in the beginning and even now sometimes is the 80s Guy, to be honest.
Yeah, the 80s Guy is a pretty solid guy. I tell you that right now. Check out all the uploads. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Shameless promotion right now.
Do you do your own covers? Do you do your own art covers, or do you hire an artist? How do you go about organizing the visual art, your concepts?
Yeah, I do my own art. Yes, I do all my designs and my drawings and logos and everything. Yeah, I like to. I am a very visual person as well. I have a degree in cinema. I studied film and film production and film music.
Wow.
So yes. So I have this visual aspect. I've always been drawing and painting, and so I like that aspect as well. So I want to merge everything in the same project. I do my own stuff. I always done it, yeah. And it's easier to do it myself when I have these ideas of images and stuff. Because, for example, the cover art for Vanitas, the new album, I don't know. I didn't know how to explain it to someone. I guess it was easier for me to just try to sketch it out and put and design it. It took me a long time to design it, by the way.
Yeah, it looks pretty good though, man. Kick-ass designs right there. Maybe you should consider doing some freelance art commissions for your fellow dark synth artists.
Well, now that you mention it, yeah, I'm up to it. Yeah. if everyone interested, you can DM me.
Yeah, where they can DM you? Where can people find? Yeah. Can people find you?
Yeah, on Instagram, King Stephen Music, or on my Twitter. Yeah. Mostly on Instagram. Yeah.
So what's your Twitter? Twitter at King Stephen or what?
Yeah, at King Stephen 88.
88. All right. You are. What does that number represent for you? It's a very magical number.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's one of the little things that I don't know. I like the concepts. I like the number 8. Maybe someone told me once, a long time ago, by the way, that the 8 represented infinity, as well as the number 0, because it's in infinity, and it has it's always possibility to restart and do it again. I don't know. Back in the day, it was a very interesting concept to me. So,
do you have anything on cassettes or vinyl or something like that?
Oh yeah. Well, to be honest, I've been working a lot with that. There's definitely plans to release physical editions and vinyls and cassettes. The main problem that I've encountered is the mixing aspect of it, I guess, because I do my own mix and masters and everything, but mix for vinyl is more intricate, and I don't know, I haven't found maybe someone that can help with that, because it's very expensive as well to do so. But it's definitely something I wanted to make. I've been considering the fact to do some, I don't know, crowdfunding for it. I don't know. But yes, it's definitely something that I want to do.
I can hook you up with someone who has reasonable prices.
That would be awesome, yeah.
Of course, you have to check out his work and see if you like. He does a lot of stuff, like my recent EP with Turbo Knight. It was mastered by that guy, and it's a pretty cool sound. I don't know. I know a few people though. Also, Signal Void does nice mixing. I'm gonna mention a producer. But do you really listen to any regular, or are you just only into dark synth now, or do you listen to some of the cyber synth that's coming out? Like the cyber synth is trending at the moment. Everyone trying to sound like Cyberpunk 2077.
No, I like I like that new style that is coming out, but I don't know if to to experiment with it, to be honest.
Yeah, we make our own styles.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen a lot of this dark clubbing kind of music coming up. It's very interesting stuff, yeah. But I don't know. I in my free time as well, I've listened a lot of music, not only electronic and synth. There's like a a small percentage of the music that I actually listen. Because I like to listen as diverse music as possible, because every type of music has something to offer, something that can be inspired, and that's very, very important to me, because uh, it's because as you know, I like to mix styles and instruments. I try to do that much more in the latest material, and that is something that I'm always looking for. Like, what is new, what is interesting, what is different.
Do you have any
Textures.
difficulties in finding VSTs to do the natural sounding instruments?
It's challenging, yes, it's challenging, but I work a lot. Because I have this background on film music, and with the people that I learned, they encouraged me to experiment and do a lot of sound design and create my own sounds. I I always do that with my own music. And I apply that with this Vanitas album. It was very challenging to achieve some of the sounds in the album, yes, but I think I like the results.
That's good. That's good.
It take a long time.
And when we're talking about time, how much do you spend on a track? I mean, I know every track is probably different, and there's a different time, but on average, if you were to say how many days to make a track, what would the answer be?
I don't know, maybe like a week or two, up to I don't know, a month. I like to work fast. I work fast.
Well, some of the kids out there will probably be like, "Are you telling me I gotta spend a week on a track? Come on, man!"
No. It's just like I have this workflow that I've learned. I follow the advices of some of colleagues of mine over here, and I like to work fast. I'm a pretty fast worker in terms of production. I can have in a couple of days this a structure song of the 3 to 4 minutes, but if I get myself into it, like deep designing, I don't know, I can take like a month or something in one song.
So the initial idea of the song, the arrangement takes 2 days, but then the details and the crafting of the sounds takes a month.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know.
So do you still have the pleasure of working on it when you're like in the
yes
29th day, knowing that you spend 26 days on finalizing the details?
Yeah, but mind you, it's not like I work every day on on the song. I take breaks, of course, because if I were to work each and every day in the same track all over over and over and over, I would go mad though.
Be like a like a Chinese torture device.
But yeah, I quite enjoy a lot making music and producing, sitting here designing making arrangements. I don't know, I really enjoy it. For me, it's not difficult, really.
You have a lot of distortion, obviously, your music. What are some of your favorite distortion VSTs that you use?
Well, I use a lot. I use different techniques, mostly guitar amps, and this kind of there's one very good plugin that I can recommend. This Trash 2. There's a very good plugin that people can.
Oh yeah, that's the Ozone Classic
Yeah, exactly.
Really cool.
That's very
really
good.
Cool one.
I don't know, the classical and the crush, and the most famous one, Camel Crusher. That's like, I've sometimes used it, yeah. But I mostly mix it with, when I produce some music, I use more than one effect. What you listen probably it sounds very, very differently at the beginning, because I distort a song, then I process it, then I distort it again, and then I do some EQing, then I do other stuff, and then I do another distortion. I destroy the sound basically.
Yeah, it's a chain.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a process. That's why it might take a long, at least for me, a long time. I could take, I don't know. It took me a year and a half to finish an album, I guess.
When you create your chains, do you ever get stuck, or do you feel like you've got not such a good sound, and you have to start over?
Yeah, it has happened. Yes, they have a lot of cut songs because of I wasn't getting the right tone, the right sound, the right punchiness into the mix. And yeah, it has happened. Yes.
Do you ever search? Yeah, I see, because when someone is sound designing, like a lot of the new people trying to produce, they're thinking like, how do I achieve a good effect chain? And they may get it wrong the first time, the second time, even like the third time, or like all the time getting it wrong, and then asking, what am I doing wrong? How do I find this? And
yeah.
then it's a hard thing to find this trial and error method. No one's gonna read the million manuals and know theoretically how to achieve a certain sound. So you have to experiment and note down what was good, or try to remember and use it next time, and then make it better.
Yeah, definitely. That is one of the things that I like to say, because I apply it myself. That is to experiment a lot. Don't get. Often I see some producers, some fellow artists that are starting, and sometimes they ask me for advice. I always tell them, I know it's kind of difficult to achieve the sound that you want, but the main thing that I always tell to people is like, don't try to imitate a sound. Try to come up with your own. It's kind of it's easier said than done, I know, but what I've noticed in some of my friends, some of my fellow artists that are starting, they always reference their favorite artist at the moment.
Carpenter Brut and Perturbator.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's the main one. Yeah. So they always tell me, how do I achieve this sound? How do you do it? What can I do? I try and I don't get it.
Do I make a Carpenter Brut bass? And then you search for tutorial on YouTube. And that's what the YouTube channels, the producer YouTube channels on YouTube, that's what they feed on. Questions like this, like they anticipate what people are searching for, like, give me the Skrillex bass tutorial. And now the Carpenter Brut bass tutorial. And you give them one sound, and then what? Like, you can't just, like, it's just the sound, it's a chain developed by the guy who makes the YouTube video. And what's you gonna do? You have one sound, so you're not learning anything. It's all about making your own sound.
That considering that I don't know what equipment he uses, but I assume he uses like very high end or maybe very cheap synth hardware things as well. So you can achieve. You personally cannot achieve another people's sound, because you don't know what have they done to, or how much time they have spent trying to get their own sound, and you trying to imitate it. It's difficult, and people always get frustrated because of that. But I don't know. What I always say is like, try to if you like something, try to not replicate it, but think how you would do the sound. How would you apply it to your own music? That's one of the things that I come up with my own stuff, for example, because I tend to do a lot of melodic phrases, and my music is based a lot on melody and chorus bases and stuff. So at the time when I started, for example, there was no one that did that kind of structure in the songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, one note songs. That's what we got exactly. in Synthwave. That's what you used to have, at least.
This is, for me, it's at the time, or even now, it's difficult for me to not to do melodic stuff, use chord progressions and bridge and phrases, and make the music more dynamic. It's difficult for me not to do that. So at the beginning I was nervous because no one, I don't know, I was thinking my music was a little bit, I don't know, cheesy or something because of all of these wacky melodies and strange stuff. But what I ultimately thought about was what would I do? So, because Carpenter Brut, for example, talking about these great other artists, Carpenter Brut has his own sound. You listen to him and you know it's him. Master Boot Records, you listen to him and you know it's him, right?
Yeah, like 2 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. So I try to I ask myself that very question: what does King Stephen sound like?
Like a king.
And
we kings.
I don't know. I don't know. That's not for me to say. But what I mainly like is melodies and these solos, and apply this maybe grandiose passages and pads and distorted pumping basses and stuff. So I just went for it, and I don't know.
Yeah, I think you have a very good balance. Very good balance between epic cinematic orchestra and the back alley club feeling cyberpunk thing, you know.
Yeah.
And it's hard to pull that off, you know. So if you have some advantages, some talents that other people can't achieve, might as well just use them, right? Just put them in there if you know how to do them. You know, if you're out there listening, you can make an epic solo, and you know you can do it. Put it on the track. You know, the world's not gonna wait for you. You gotta do it.
Yeah, exactly. You know? That's one of the things that That's one of the things that I was thinking at the time. The trends. I really. I don't know. I know the music is sometimes trendy, and I started music because it was a trend, of course. But I don't know. Sometimes it gets stale. You know what I mean? I like to experiment a lot with sounds, and I thought, why not put a solo? Why not put melodies here? Why not put a freaking choir or something? That's what I always tell to someone ask me advice. Just do what you really want. Don't try to imitate anyone.
Yeah, man. For example, I'm really good at making fart bass sounds, so I just do those. I was talking when I entered the scene, you know, I was talking with some people. I showed them what I can do, you know, and I thought I was making some cool melodic tunes, but they just reply like, "Ah, so your thing is you'll have some really cool basses, and that's about it, right?" I was like, man, I thought I was more than that, but I guess I'm the guy who makes different bass lines than the casual bass lines. So I'm just gonna stick to those. But I've been trying to inspire recently, and try to do more rhythmical passages, not the same rhythm for all the song. You know, make a few breaks here and there, make some stop points with cinematic atmospheres and then turn into a completely different rhythm. I think Synthwave is at the point now where you can't just make the casual stuff anymore, because it's been done, right? It's here. It's been here for like 10 years. So the only way to stand out is to really work for it and make some amazing tracks with unexpected passages. That's what I think, and that's what I see in your music. You know, you're trying to push boundaries out there in the dark scene, the dark synth universe. So, are you looking forward to do any collaborations with people, or are you just gonna stay alone and do your singles and albums?
No, I'm definitely considering some collaborations. Yeah, I already have done a few, like with my friend Hubert and Mouse and Aaron Nexus as well. Shout out to all to all these people. Those are good friends.
So you already released some collabs out there? Man, I didn't do my homework, man. I don't see it on your Bandcamp. I don't. Maybe I'm blind. I'm blind. But Hubert is really cool, man. Your friend with Hubert, man. That guy put some really nice sounds. A really nice.
Really cool dude. Yeah.
I always when I DJ on I Try the Fem Live, I always make sure to mix some Hubert songs in there. Just exactly what you were saying earlier. You know, it's the uniqueness of the style.
Yeah, he has very unique style.
So we're gonna make.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking more collabs. I think I will elaborate on that later on.
Some people don't like collabs because yeah, no reason to spoil anything, man. Some people don't like the collabs because you know, that it's just like you create something and then you give it to the other person, and the other person kind of completely modifies what you've made, and in some cases ruins the project. But because he's your best friend, you say, yes, it's okay. It's okay what you made, my friend. So yeah, we'll go with that. So it's fine. And there's the problem of time. There's the time situation. Like, how much are we gonna work on this collab over here? You know, like maybe you have a lot of time, but the person you collab with maybe doesn't have enough time. Maybe he just has limited time because he wants to work on his own things, and there's not enough time, so the project is not finished. So like, have you ever had any problems like that? Or
well, no, fortunately no, really, because I like to the collabs that have been put out, we always discuss it in advance. We set up like we're going to do this, and it's going to be released this time. If you're not busy, you can work on it, and because I always ask first if they're busy or they're doing something else or whatever, if they are available. If they're not, well, I will not send the music. But yeah, fortunately, I have not. I don't have that problem yet.
That's very good. What's your favorite streaming place? I mean, uploading music place. I guess Spotify, right? Because it actually generates some money.
Yeah, well, yeah. But to be honest, I prefer that the main platform that I'm always searching and finding music is Bandcamp. Yeah, Bandcamp too, of course. Yeah, I like to browse all the releases and find new artists. There's an incredible amount of artists on Bandcamp that you cannot find on YouTube or Spotify that easy. It's quite a shame, to be honest, because there's really great content in there. Yeah, man. And sometimes there's some albums that don't even have enough attention on them. Like, there's not enough reviews or people who subscribe to the album or bought the album, and then you listen to this amazing quality. You're wondering why do you have more views and more buyers than that guy who's probably better? Like, that's my case, at least. Yeah, this definitely, yeah, because it's really a shame, because there's people that deserve a lot of attention, and when I find them and they have like 3-4 buyers, and I don't know, it's sad. I don't know. I really like to find good music that way. I can spend a long time in my free time just browsing music on Bandcamp.
Yeah, man. When it comes to the artists, it's also how social they are, how open to discussions they are, how open to promote their stuff they are. You know, how much time do you dedicate to promote your stuff?
Not enough as I should. I should do it more, I guess. Some people have told me to be more engaged with the audience, I guess.
You just send the tracks to the 80s guy and then that's it.
Yeah, the fact that this interview, for example, that's a main thing for me, a big thing, because I've never done this kind of interviews, at least recorded. So
I need to get back in shape with my interviewing, man, because I'm over there on the ski slope. It's the ski season here, and I'm working all day and I come home tired, so I'm not in my best shape, but I hope I'm doing something okay here. You know, still trying to help the scene, help the community, be part of the community.
I guess it's good, man. No, you're doing great, man.
But, what do you think of the sound quality of SoundCloud?
Oh, that's a harsh one, because SoundCloud not as good as it could be, to be honest.
that's a very diplomatic way of saying it sucks, but yeah. I guess if we can gather some more listeners from SoundCloud, it's fine. But it's mainly kind of a forgotten platform, right? SoundCloud was really great back like 15 years ago. I remember.
Yeah.
It was amazing for people. But it's just not updating, and now it has like 100 kilobytes per second sound. It completely destroys your high end, especially your hi-hats. And your music is has a lot of high end to it. That's how I perceive it. You know, a lot of orchestral stuff, and and you need those highs, man. You need the piercing highs for the organs.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know, SoundCloud just crush everything. Destroys everything, to be honest. But well,
it's fine. You can just make a 8-bit remix and then post that on SoundCloud.
Yeah,
it's gonna work.
It has its benefits for sure, but it could be much better. I don't know. Maybe I've been starting to use the other one, the Audius.
Yeah, Audius
recommended to me. So.
Yeah, you make money with cryptocurrency, and people listen to your stuff.
Yeah, I'm just more interested in people to listen to the music. To be honest, I want people to listen to it and enjoy it. I really enjoyed making it. So
I know. But some passive income doesn't hurt, right?
Yeah, of course. I wouldn't be mad about it. But.
we need some monetary help so that we don't pirate VSTs and music software. You know, that really helps us.
Yeah. Fortunately, I have all the plugins that are and all the software that I need for now. I have it, luckily.
There's some people who like to use a lot of stock plugins.
Yeah.
Stock stuff. What's your main DAW?
Oh, my main DAW? Cubase. I use Cubase.
Yeah, very nice.
That's
very
my
nice.
Main DAW. I'm right now experimenting with Reason, because they have very interesting stuff in that DAW. And
you like that rack, huh? You like the back.
Yeah.
The back.
You can achieve very interesting stuff with those sounds. And Ableton, I want to get more into Ableton.
I'm on Ableton right now, actually. It's really nice to get into it. It's very unintuitive at first, especially if you don't read the manual, and no one reads the manual, so it's gonna be hard. But no, it's not that hard. You just hover over things and it explains to you in real time what it is if you read the text on the lower side, which I never did. But you know, I'm getting there.
See what happens.
I'm getting there.
I want to experiment.
So you like doing all this dark music stuff, but in real life, how are you in real life, man? Are you a dark person? Are you a very...
That's a very interesting question.
Are you like, what if, let's say we were to hang out right now, you know? Would it be like we go somewhere? We can't go anywhere right now because it's a pandemic out there, but let's say we're gonna go out for some post-apocalyptic fun. Search for some scrap metal, shoot at some mutated rodents in the desert. You know, is it gonna be a fun time, or are you gonna have a dark philosophy all the time?
No, definitely, it's gonna be fun. It's good as well. It's good to be dark sometimes, but I don't know. I don't know how. That is a very interesting question because I never had to explain how am I. how,
It's okay. You can keep your your dark alter ego.
I don't know this. I don't know, but in person, I'm sometimes social, but I'm very introverted person. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Well, that's fine. You know.
I'm a very quiet person. I like to. That's one of my little things because I like to listen to people.
Yes, listen.
I'm a very quiet person to them.
Analyze the situation. So if we were to hang out, I would be like going in my tracksuit with the palinka and with the sunflower seeds and getting in a fight with some gopnik and then starting to dance to hard bass in a Lada car, and you would just observe this and note it down, kind of like a Dio Cassius, the Roman Empire historian.
Yeah, probably with a beer or something, enjoying the the chaos, the mayhem.
Yeah, and making order out of chaos, like the Masons control the world. Right, I'm not gonna get into that, but are there any occult secret messages going around in your tracks?
Oh,
you know, like Master Boot Record has his codes that you can go decipher, and then you find the extra bonus songs. Like, have you ever thought about doing something like that?
Yeah, but it's difficult to achieve something. I don't know, more unique for this project for King Stephen, but I don't know. There is definitely there is some concept and messages behind the music and and stuff. But I don't know. I like to people to listen to it and make their own interpretations. I guess I like that more. I like that idea more.
All right.
Something like a cipher or
get on a secret IRC network.
Yeah, that would be interesting to experiment with. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe soon. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So plans for merchandising and stuff like that. I guess you got your merch store where people can buy hoodies and shirts and masks.
Yeah.
Go and terrorize their neighborhoods. They want
some classic horror stuff. Yes. No, I'm designing at the moment. Right now, actually, I'm designing new, making new designs.
Making new Retrowave.
Yeah.
Making
new Retrowave.
New Retrowave. Yeah. Do you have any
making
cinematographical projects, my friend?
Yes, in the past I made my own short films a long time ago, but right now I'm trying to, because it's hard right now because of the pandemic and stuff, but I'm trying to get the visual aspect of King Stephen a little bit more out there, more prominent. I have these ideas.
Don't worry, man. There were films which were shot in one room with 2 actors.
Yes.
Like Saw or something.
That is definitely something that I want to create. I have a couple of scripts that I wrote, but it's difficult to
You can make a video game, or you can make a comic book.
The comic book, actually, I'm working on it.
Aha!
That's actually something that exists, but
that's nice.
There is no news for that for now. But I don't know.
Do you do your own art in that one as well, or do you collaborate with the comic book artist? Cool.
No, yeah, I do everything myself. Yeah, it's
do-it-yourself project.
I like to work. Yeah, I like to work with friends, but sometimes when I'm starting a new project, I do everything myself, all the designs and everything.
Well, if you wanna get it done right, you gotta do it yourself. Except me, I can't do my own art because it would just be some random Microsoft Paint designs, man. I tried it.
Yeah, no.
I tried it. All I got was like a indecent superhero idea that I don't want to share here. But yeah, it's great. Never want to show it to anyone.
Keep going, man. You know. Get it out there, man. You never know.
Bro, I had this amazing video game design where it was about a homeless man who, you know, he was trying to survive basically, and you go forward, kind of like in a old school Super Mario game, you know. But you have special powers, because you don't take so much good care of yourself. You kind of have worms on your body, and you can throw them at people. Like you can shoot streams of worms from your legs and from your arms, and then to recharge, you can get in a trash can and then recharge the worms, and then keep going. so
that is a very, very messed up and cool idea.
Yeah, so someone can take that idea and do it, because I didn't do it, and I first thought about it like a million years ago. So let's go do it. There are people in Synthwave who have been making their own video games, such as Street Cleaner.
Yes, it's very good actually. I played it myself.
Yeah, we promote it also.
I really want. I have.
And Virtuaverse, Masterboot Record made Virtuaverse, like a very point and click, very hardcore adventure. It's hard to not get stuck in it. I have friends who completed it.
I game myself as well. It's not easy to make a game.
Nah.
It's very time consuming to learn how to code and all this stuff.
You need a small team. You need a team.
Yeah.
But it's not a mandatory thing, you know. But it's kind of cool nowadays. People, for example, comic book artists, they not only make the comic book, but they also make toys, and they also get like a soundtrack next to it, and have like extra stuff, you know, around their project. So I think with the music stuff, we can also do some stuff like that if we have the time, the resources, and the people, the human resources, because you know, you're doing everything yourself. So it's kind of
it's quite hard. Yeah, I'm doing I work too much. Yes, I do a lot of stuff. I do a lot of stuff, but I
is good.
I don't mind.
That's really good, man. It's been really good talking with you here, my friend. Oh wait, what you want to say?
No, I'm sorry. I was just mentioning that I've made a few soundtracks, but it's
soundtracks for video games. What video games did you work for? Just drop some names. We're gonna go to Steam and buy them right now.
No, it was like a small anecdote, like a footnote, because it's not a big deal really. The only main kind of indie game that I worked, it was the licensed song. It was a Hypergun. There's one of my songs in there. The Witching Hour track is in the game. It's one of the boss music, one of the boss track. But that's it.
Yeah, I can see you. I can see you build boss tracks all day. Big boss.
I would like to score a game, at some point, but we'll see if that I get that opportunity arrives. We'll see.
Art Boss music by King Steven. You want to become a king? Is this your goal? King of Dark Synth? You're gonna have to assassinate a few people along the way. With your incredible talent, of course. I'm not Not talking about actual physical violence.
No. No. Everyone, all the artists, all my fellow artists are great. I inspire myself. Listen to them. They are. I admire a lot of my fellow artists for sure.
All right, man. Well, we admire everyone here at the 80s Guy YouTube channel and Night Ride FM. We try to promote the scene. We love everyone, and we share both styles, whether dark or light. You know, it's all about passion in the end, stuff like that. So once again, if you wanna share all the places that people can follow you, do it right now, my friend.
Well, no, they can follow me on Instagram at King Stephen Music. That's the main place that I hang out, and on Twitter at King Stephen 88. And yeah, you can. You're interested as well in having some art or something, you can DM me. No problem.
Yeah. Get the Dark Alliance going. Get the projects coming. And be sure to spam. Make sure to spam the plays on our boy here, King Steven. All right. This was Vosto Vlad with another interview for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, share it with your friends. Dark Synth is a small scene. Help make it bigger. There's a lot of talented people that we share here on this YouTube channel and on the live Dark Synth radio station. So check it out there and be part of the community. Check out the chat room and just check the description for all fun stuff. Thank you for being here, King Steven, once again.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, our pleasure.
All right, this was the interview, guys. Thank you for tuning in. See you guys next time.